This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach." All right, shalom, shalom, peace, Israel. These brothers are calling from Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who teach you well. Peace and salutations to the whole lot scattered abroad. All right, coming at you with a quick lesson. Straight to the point. Since, today's a pagan, holiday of this world, as also known as Thanksgiving, which we know, this is the slaughter of our brothers, the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, so we're going to hop right back into it. But Colossians 2 and 8, it says, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit." Meaning, beware, the Lord said, look out. Unless any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. All right. And what man spoiled, everybody on this earth, with his traditions, the traditions that came after men, Esau, Edom, today they tell you today is Thanksgiving, but which is, we know this was the slaughter of the Native Americans, the way it's all really set up, specifically down to the nick, as to what's on people's plates, because when you go back, the turkey, where do people decide they want to cook a turkey, for Thanksgiving? Well, the turkey goes back to the chief's head, man. When Christopher Columbus, and all them Edomites, they came and they slaughtered the Native Americans, when they had their first, Thanksgiving, as the people call it now, the chief's head would, be used to resemble the turkey. Well, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. Basically, the Lord said, beware, man, because there are people out here trying to, spoil you. And when we say spoil you, meaning your mind, your la'ab, after the traditions of men. People, they're telling you it's okay to celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, all these pagan holidays, but these are all after the world, the traditions of men, and after the rudiments of the world. They're not after Hamashiach. They're not after Yahushai, And we're going to go into Leviticus 11. Like I said, straight to the point. We just going to really get into it. Because, Jake, especially on this day, they like to eat, the turkey, the ham, There's, even me personally, I can attest to, I know there's people in the world, that I know, Thanksgiving, they have what you call rabbits and all this extra stuff. Jake just used today as a day to stuff as much abomination on their plates. People eating turkey and ham and stuff with crab legs and all this. Just pure abomination. It says we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna start at 1 and then we're gonna jump down. Leviticus 11 and 1. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth." It says, "These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all." The Lord didn't say some or partial. The Lord said, "These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all." So any animal that's within this earth right now, the Lord already gave us a blueprint on what we can eat and what we cannot eat. It says, "Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cleven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat." And the best example of that is a cow, because a cow parted the hoof, it is cleven-footed, and it cheweth the cud. It's talking about the grass, it chews the grass, it regurgitates it and eats it again, It says that shall ye eat. So the cow is like the best example, of a land animal that the Lord gave to us to eat, versus Esau's choice of land animal, swine, the pig, but we're gonna jump down, to verse 6. Like I said, because I personally know people in the world, who use this as another example, as another excuse to eat rabbits and bunnies and stuff. It says, "And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you." All right, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. All right, so a rabbit doesn't have, how would you call it, hooves? I guess you would say, like a cow does, But he eats the cub. The rabbits, they're able to eat like the grass and stuff. but he divided not the hoof. He's unclean unto you. So that's how that Lord lets you know right then and there, you can't eat that. And Jake would say, oh, it tastes like chicken, it's good, it's food, but the Lord said not to. It says, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. And the swine is the pig. The swine, though he divided the hoof, the pigs, they have their hoof on their hoof on their foot. It's divided. It's split into two, and be cloven footed. Yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. All right, so him. That's just another example of why the Lord is telling you, to stop celebrating these pagan holidays. Come up out of Babylon, because this is not our rest, man. It is surely destroy you with a sword of destruction. And this, I put up this picture, of just I typed in a Thanksgiving plate, packed, just like an average packed Thanksgiving plate. What would people normally eat? This is what you put up. You got turkey, cranberry, stuffing, mashed potatoes, ham, the mac and cheese, the corn, the whole nine. You know how Jake like to do it. Point is the whole point of me pulling this up is to show you, this is an average, Jake household, right now, celebrating the downfall of their brothers and sisters, eating abominations on top of that, and just blindly celebrating these pagan holidays. They're not even with a doubt. Jake was just born into this world. Oh, you got to celebrate this, that, and the third. Oh, okay. I guess this is just what we're gonna roll with. No, use your common sense. Use your mind. Here we go. Get back into it. Matthew 15:3 says, but he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of Yahweh by your tradition? So why are you basically going against the Lord's commandments by following Esau's traditions and going after his traditions, the traditions of men, It says, why do ye also transgress the commandment of Yahweh by your tradition? So the Lord's asking a question, Jake, why? Why do you keep continuing to celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all these other pagan holidays, 144, call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but why? We'll end it off here. Because once Jake hears this, Jake think because they hear this truth, they hear what we saying. And it's just, let bygones be bygones. The day's still gonna go on. No. Hebrews 10:26, it says, for if we sin willfully, for if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. All right. So if you've heard that you're a Hebrew Israelite, and you are told, stop celebrating pagan holidays, and the whole nine, once you know better, basically, once you know better, you do better, So you keep celebrating Thanksgiving and all these pagan holidays after learning that you're not supposed to, the Lord is going to do away with you, And that's just the power we serve, But Thanksgiving is a pagan holiday. It is not to be celebrated. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and especially a Native American Indian person, so-called, you should not be celebrating these pagan holidays and going after the traditions of this world, especially, like I said, you Native American, so-called Native Americans, because this so-called holiday on this side, it was the slaughter of your people, our brothers and sisters, So with that, I'd like to give our glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rechach HaKodash, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, teacher will well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful less scattered abroad. Till next time I do say, Shalom and a bubble ball. Soon.